Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoop, back with the Ultimate Pokemon Conference Minors Season 2 battle. Prep Talk went up yesterday. Check that out if you have not. Give some insight about my team, some in-depth knowledge and whatnot. Um, However, I will go over my team briefly, as well as explain myself and my opponent's rosters real quick. So, well, not really our rosters, but our teams that we do actually bring. Because our rosters and stuff were, what's the word, explained in the Prep Talk video. So go check that out if you haven't, and you'll understand more so why both teams bring, the 6 months we do bring. Anyways, my team is based around a very powerful Thunderous Incarnate, being an offensive powerhouse, outspeeds mostly his entire team, except as you see on screen, Electrode, and that'd be it. Bar Scarfers and like a Quiver Dance Volcarona. And then my other offensive powerhouse this week is actually going to be Mega Heracross, and as you can see, his team is actually, he has no switch in, basically, is what I'm saying. I'm 4 attacks. I am Close Combat, Pin Missile, Bullet Seed, and Rock Blast. Rock Blast being there for Crobat and stuff. Just go check out my Prep Talk video. I can't talk about this real quick. Landers is a Choice Scarf set with U-Turn, Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Punishment. Suicune is a it's a mixed defensive set, kind of a Volcarona check with Roar. Can live 1/1 Bloom Doom, I think. And like I said, Thunder's just a powerhouse. 4 attacks, I believe. Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Ice, I want to say, Dark Pulse, Incinerate. I don't actually think I have Hidden Power Ice. Actually, I'll have to check out my Prep Talk video because I don't remember my last move. Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, Incinerate, and I'm not sure on the last one. However, it might be Volt Switch actually, with like an Expert Belt or something. However, Heracross I already explained. Bronzong is a Stealth Rock Explosion set with Trick Room. And I don't, oh yeah, I have Rock Tomb because I'm a either Heat Proof or an Aqua Berry set, so I can take a Fire type of it. Like Volcarona's not setting up on my Bronzong. That's explained in my Prep Talk as well. And then Decidueye here is basically just a pivot. Can come in on Azu, can come in on Electrode, can come in on Ferrothorn and Licky Licky without any problems. Boost off the damage, throw off a U-turn, get something in to take advantage of whatever he brings in. And that's what I noticed about this this particular matchup, that the mons he actually did bring. I can see myself going into Decidueye on his Electrode and him hard switch out into his Pharaoh as I U-turn in a close Mega Heracross, and then I get a close combat, and it's gonna either do half to something or knock something out depending on what he has. Like he has 3 mons that can live a close combat from full, and that's Latios, Azu, and Volcarona. The rest of them drop. Licky Licky drops, Ferrothorn drops, Electrode drops. Electrode also drops to Pin Missile, as well does Mega Latios. All that being said, it's really like my plan here is to get a Trick Room up mid game ish, and then either eliminate his team or most of it, at least half of it, or set up Trick Room in the late game and try to finish up the game with that. That being said, we'll go ahead and hop into the battle here, and I'm going to lead off Thunders. In case he let off with the Azumarill, predicting something like Bronzong that he could take advantage of, or maybe even Landers that he could take advantage of. So I definitely want to lead with Thunders. And he leads Azu, which is perfect for me. I can just click Thunderbolt here, see what he wants to do. Electro comes in, takes 30, so it's not like an AV set or anything. I'm going to be able to easily switch into my Decidueye here. So he goes for a Thunderbolt, and it doesn't even do 20%. After leftovers, I literally took 11% damage, which is amazing. I can U-turn out here into, as he goes into the Licky Licky, I can U-turn out into Mega Heracross here. And like I said, this was the game plan going into the match. I can either, like, I guess it's not a Volt Turn core. If Thunders has Volt Turn or Volt Switch, then it is a Volt Turn core. But I'm not sure on my fourth move, like I said. And Decidueye and Landers both have U-turn. So I have ways to get in Heracross on something for free and then do massive damages on them. And this is one of those instances where I can bring in Heracross and just click Close Combat. Now, this is turn 3, and my opponent could go for... He could be Choppleberry with like some kind of flying coverage. He could be Choppleberry with Thunder Wave. He could be max HP leftovers protect with Thunder Wave. So if he could protect here, he would get all of his HP back. Potentially live a close combat. If he's like I actually don't think so. I think the min damage I can do is like 99.99 or something like that. So I don't think he can live this 100%. And my best play is to click Close Combat. But on the off case, he goes into something like Volcarona. Or in my prep talk, my actual preparation for the battle, I thought of this and thought maybe, okay, if he has Volcarona and the Crobat, maybe if I bring one of these Mons in, I can just click Rock Blast here. And I was back and forth on Close Combat, Rock Blast, Close Combat, Rock Blast. And I even thought about Pin Missile for a minute, but then I was like, Volcarona, if Volcarona comes in on a Pin Missile, that's worst case scenario. So I'm just going to click Close Combat here, and if he brings the Volcarona in, I just hope I don't get burned. I really thought about pulling the trigger on the Rock Blast here, but I'm not going to make that play. And he does go into the Volcarona, so if I'd have hit that Rock Blast here, I'd have been in such a good position. But look at that resisted hit. Look at that resisted hit. And we know Volcarona is pretty fat if you've ever seen it on the OU ladder. That's a resisted hit taking 67%. Wowzers. So here I was thinking, do I predict him to Quiver Dance and I click Rock Blast? Or do I switch out knowing that I can take any hit no matter what? And then as you can see, I'm playing pretty safe this match. So I'm going to decide to go ahead and play safe again this turn. I'm going to go into Suicune. And he is going to show off the Fire Blast. So that would have did negligible damage, maybe 20% or so. I'm just going to click Scald here. As he, my play was to click Scald because if you went out into Ferrothorn or Azu or Lottie, I could potentially get a burn. If he went out to Licky Licky to maybe do some Toxic Stalling or something, then, you know, he can maybe get burnt there, then I could switch out to Bronzong. And if he went into Electrode, then my play was always Scald there. And Volcarona goes for the Quiver Dance, actually, and isn't quite bulky enough to live a Scald after a +1 special defense. He brings his Electrode in. And at this point, I'm figuring he's going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, so I could go into Bronzong. But it's, again, not the best play I can make. So I'm always going to make the best play in this match. As he makes his best play, or predicts that, he makes a prediction because he's on the back foot. Goes for the Hidden Power Ice. It does some decent damage. However, my play was to either Roost or U-turn, and I figured U-turn was better because I didn't really need HP because Azu still kind of checked. My team still kind of checks all of his threats, so I don't necessarily need HP on Decidueye at this point. So I'm going to bypass going for the Roost. I'm going to U-turn out into Ferrothorn because, like, if I did Roost and then went for the U-turn, and he threw off like a Thunder Wave or a Leech Seed or something and had Protect, I didn't want to deal with all that. So my best play was to U-turn out again. And he brings in the Ferrothorn, and I bring in the Heracross, and I'm going to get another kill here as I can just click Close Combat. As he's actually going to go into another Resist. So his first Resist took 63. His next Resist takes 55. I'm not sure what the one after that's going to take, but I do have a pretty fair switch into my Suicune here. If he is like rest belly drum or rest talk or something like that, I can just roar him out. He goes for the aqua, or the aqua jet. As I go for the roar, the reason I went for the roar there is because, first off, if he went into Ferrothorn, going for roar was my better play because I'm not really going to do any damage. I think my set is like sub-toxic roar scald or something like that. So if I went for scald there, it really didn't benefit me any. None of his mons are taking super effective damage anymore. 3 of his mons are resistant. 1 mon outspeeds and potentially kill me depending on his set. And he does look like a very powerful Electrode. Licky's too fat to take damage from Scald. Maybe he has Heal Bell for the burn anyway. So my play there was to roar, because if he went straight to the Ferrothorn, then I could trust my gut and double into Heracross on the following turn. But he goes into Lottie on this turn actually, so I can't do a roar or nothing on this turn, predicting his Ferrothorn to come out or anything like that, because he could just set up on me. And I don't want him to set up on me, so I'm going to go into Bronzong as he reveals the Psychic. That's okay with me. Finally, I can get my rocks up as he goes into Licky, and now he can go for a number of different things. I'm going to hard switch out into Decidueye, as I'm like immune to Seismic Toss, can roost up all damage, and I 100% live to knock off anyway because of my HP and defense investment, what little I did have. And now here, he goes for the Toxic again, and I can U-turn out here or Roost. My better play is to Roost this turn because he's like, he showed Toxic, so I didn't want to U-turn out into Heracross and get Toxic right away. Because my plan is still to click Trick Room with Bronzong and then sweep with Mega Heracross. Because with my negative speed investment, I can outpace the Azu under Trick Room, which is important. And Licky and Ferrothorn at this point can't do any damage back to me. And then I would underspeed everything else, which is really nice. So that's still my plan, so I didn't quite want to risk that yet. He shows the Dragon Tail though, and phases my Decidueye out into my Mega Heracross. I just click Close Combat again because it literally kills everything that comes in except Latios. And he decides to let his Licky go down here. He brings in the Azu, and at this point in the match, he still doesn't know my set. And I actually don't know his either. But I know he has Aqua Jet. I don't want to take an Aqua Jet. And in the case that he's really, like, well, he don't even have to be really fast. If he's just any kind of speed investment, he's going to outspeed me. And he can knock me out with a Play Rough right here. So I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to switch out again. And go into my Decidueye as he goes for the Aqua Jet. No big deal here, as I can go straight for the U-turn, I believe. And it would be my best case scenario, just go for the U-turn. It's my best place, or my best play. I keep saying place. Now I can just go into Heracross again. And like I said, you turn out into this monster, click Close Combat, and get my kill, or put something in range of the next Close Combat, basically. So there he loses the Ferrothorn, and he brings in Azu. So at this point, I'm 100% certain that he doesn't know that I'm slower than him. So I'm setting up my Trick Room now. I'm going to go into Decidueye here. He hits me with the Aqua Jet, and the second one actually is going to be able to knock me out. So I'm going to switch into my Bronzong, trying to preserve differential, because I know that Bronzong has to go. And he's actually going to get a critical hit there with the Aqua Jet, which is actually going to put him in range of me in range of 2 Aqua Jets at the end, so I can't explode. But that's okay, because it gives Heracross the chance to get as many kills as he can get. You know what I'm saying? Now I have 3 turns of Trick Room, and if I play my cards right, I can get 3 kills here. If I click Commit Pin Missile right here, I'm getting all these kills. All these kills are mine. But if I miss Pin Missile, I could potentially lose. And I don't want that to happen. That being said, I'm not going to click Pin Missile here. I'm going to click Bullet Seed. It might seem like a choke, but it actually guarantees that I don't lose because of a miss. So I'd rather not lose because of a miss, as opposed to trying to land that hit and actually missing, and it costing me not only a mon but potentially the game. So he goes into Azu, or he goes from Azu to Latios as I click Bullet Seed. So if I'd have clicked Pin Missile there, I would have 100% gotten a kill. And I just didn't want to miss at all. But here I'm going to be able to go for the Pin Missile again as he brings in the Electro to sack it off, thinking that maybe his Azu's actually slower, as long as it's not locked in the Aqua Jet or something. I don't know his damage output because, like I said, he wasn't doing any damages to my checks, Suicune and Decidueye, so I didn't really have to calc it. So I don't know what to set here, but I think he is choice banded with Play Rough, and that's the only reason he would go into this thing, because Aqua Jet can't do the job. And I guess Play Rough could still do the job whether or not he's banded or not, but the way he kept switching out when he was assumingly or allegedly, I don't know what word I would use there, locked in my thoughts, he was locked in. So, anyways, I am just going to stay in here, click the Bullet Seed again, not going to risk that miss. I'm going to lose all my Trick Room turns, though, and he brings in the Latios. And at this point, I was kind of concerned, but not really. One thing I know I wanted to do was preserve Heracross, because like my draft was completely based around him, and he's one of my favorite mons, and I wanted to use him the best I could this season. And if that means saving him and saving differential with it, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm not necessarily saving differential, but I do want to save Heracross. I don't care about differential as long as Heracross doesn't die. I don't need Decidueye anymore, so that's the obvious sack here, and at 17%, so I should die to any one hit. He does go for the Roost, though, which is really nice. He may have Calm Mind, he may not, but he can't risk me being, any kind of offensively invested there and going for a Ghost type of move. And I'm going to bring in Thundurus here, and I'm going to click that Dark Pulse. I'm going to click it again, and I'm going to pick up the 2-hit KO on the Latios, as he's could only do 74% back to me. And we're going to get a win over that boy Troy. Good game, bro. I watched your week 1 match and saw you brought a Sap Sipper Belly Drum Azu, and it caught that team so off guard when Bulu come in to get the revenge kill. And you sipped all that sap up, and you just got more powerful, knocked it out with the Ice Punch, and cleaned up that team pretty good. I don't think Azu clean swept, but it did enough damage in week 1 to where it caught my attention. I had to watch the battle, and then, adequately prepared myself for this match. It was 31 turns, which is pretty solid. I don't like a battle to be under 20 turns, and I don't like a battle to be over like 70 turns. And that 30 to 50 range is pretty damn good, so that's my favorite kind of battles. Anyways, good game to that boy Troy. We move on to 2-0, and Heracross has 6 kills, baby, going into week 3, where we will face off against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So again, good game, that boy Troy, and looking forward to my match against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'll see you guys then. If you like, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And let me know what you did differently in the prep, in the battle, etc., etc. All the good stuff. You know the routine. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.